Hey, Earthgod here, and it's time to talk about Hell's Paradise. And honestly, this episode got me more interested into the series quite a lot. Finally had some big reveals here. I'm really liking the pacing. You can actually feel the urgency of the things that are happening. No dragging along. I even really liked last episode. The memory thing didn't waste time. Solved on point, purpose, actually advanced the plot, the character development quite a lot. And speaking of that, I saw after that episode, everybody started shipping Sagiri and Gabimaru 3. I'm like, okay, that was a funny scene, comedic purpose. Also, her having her small revenge there, playing a bit of Bochu Jutsu, so to say, here, tying it back from when they first met with Gabimaru and Sagiri. But I don't see them together. I don't know why. Gabimaru is just completely smitten with his wife. Like, this guy would probably kill the entire world to be with his wife. I don't see him and Sagiri together. Like, she's really hot, but I kind of see Sagiri and Yuzurika more together than I see Gabimaru and Yuzurika. But man, shipping is just wild. I don't know. I get people. This happened also in Bleach when we had Ichigo and Rukia. Everybody. A lot of people wanted them to be together, but Ichigo and Orihime are the main couple here. And here we have Gabimaru and his wife. But anyway, this episode was honestly great, and it picks up straight from last week. We have Tencent, the Rien with Chobe here, instantly blasting him and getting more and more curious with how Chobe was healing, wanting to test his Tao and things like that. But also what I liked while everything was happening, I'm starting to like the characters more and more the more we find out about them. Like Fuchi, my first impression of him when we first had him in season 1, kind of thought of him as that generic nerd-obsessed guy with dissecting bodies and things like that. He's definitely that, but he's not only that, which I really liked. Actually losing people from his family affected him quite a lot. You can see him crying last episodes. Here you can see his demeanor has changed quite a lot. Still angry at Toma, doesn't trust him. He's at least more determined right now, more upfront, more blunt. He's willing to forgo testing, experiment, even letting go of that doshi here. I'm really liking Fuchi. Seems to be a lot more to his character here, saying he's not in the mood to kill right now here. Mei also got a lot of development here, and her feeling sick. We get reveals with her. Fuchi helps her, but he wants information in return for that, which is a fair trade. I really like that quite a lot here. Meanwhile, Gabi wants to get back in shape, basically, and asks the other to help him. Nurugai, Shion, Toma, and Gante to help. I'm really liking Gante's reactions. He's kind of like my spirit animal. Just grinding his teeth, getting frustrated that Gabimaru used him for practice. And even towards the end of the episode, also, I forgot to mention the end credit scene. Please watch the end credit scene for this episode here, and him wanting to get back in shape and learn more about Tao here. They start fighting here, start going through it, saying he doesn't know much about Tao, but they're still gonna need it, so they need to figure out things. We have Gabi 4 versus 1 here. I really liked how they made sensing the Tao looked. Those frames looked awesome. The vision here, figuring out weak points in Tao, how he was able to deflect and push back Gante with the attack here, and realizing, like, the Tencent, I really like this episode. The Tencent have been working on their Tao and mastering this power for 1,000 years, a lot of time, even more, maybe depending how you look at things, how they view time and things like that. They know a lot more, they had a lot more with it, their entire bodies are focused on this, so they're not gonna be able to defeat them one straight fight, so to say, power versus power here. But he figures out the Tencent using the surrounding Tao that the Tencent have also in the world to redirect that Tao, like kind of redirecting the power and attack here. And I really liked that quite a lot. Gives him and the others a fighting chance to do this, and showing how much of a genius fighter Gabimaru is, even from the first season, how much he has been fighting. here, how quickly he was able to adapt Tao and improving it here, and I liked that Gant, the reactions he was having, but also Shion. I liked him a lot, kind of having that inner debate with himself, should we really be trusting a criminal, referring to Gabimaru, but after that he goes through with the decision to actually share information about different types of Tao there, how that affects everything and so on. We're gonna get a bit more into that. Toma actually swallows his pride and he's able to ask Gante for training, but I like how Gante calls him man woman. But he wants to get stronger for survival. What happened with his brother also affected him quite a lot, even cutting his hair to show his determination there, to prove himself, to learn swordsmanship. So everybody kind of getting a bit of a training arc together to grow stronger here. But also on the other side we have Rien getting more and more curious about Chobei, the fight between them. Chobei actually risking the transformation to go through with it. He's able to control it a bit more this time, but he has a time limit. Actually wounds and explodes Rien's body. At first I was like, okay, Chobei is actually putting in work, but then it's revealed that was just a clone. So he has clone no jutsu here. Rien able to have multiple clones of himself. And Chobei loses. I didn't expect him to win this one. I liked where this one actually went with Chobei. I'm glad he didn't get killed instantly because he's a very interesting character. I like his relationship with his brother, also his dynamics with Gabimaru. I'm curious what they're gonna do when they meet each other. They already had the fight here, so that's gonna be interesting here. He gets knocked out by Rien. He's gonna be used for research. Rien really got interested into Chobei, how his Tao interacted with the plant Tao, how he adapted to it, so much more. He's gonna be a key to this research, which we're gonna get into that, because Chobei wakes up at the palace, the headquarters of the Tencent, tied to a bed. It should have been me, considering what happens next, but yeah, he's gonna be the final key for this research. And Rien transforms into his female body, or vice versa, depending how it works, which one is the original or both at the same time, but goddamn, he's hot. She's hot. What am I saying? Hot. Should have been me there, willing to do Bochu Jutsu to transfer Tao, to learn more about him and actually share some information. We get a lot of information here thanks to Rien. The different attributes of the Tao, I like that. Wood, fire, earth, metal and water, and depending how they interact with each other, they have different effects, positives and negatives. We saw if your Tao is compatible or the natural enemy of it, how that works. And Chobei actually handled that situation pretty well. Actually poses questions. What exactly is this island? Wants answers, and Rien is more than willing to provide them. We find out that one human made this island, a hermit, researching immortality in Taoism. The Tencent were born from that research, the combinations of human Tao and plant Tao, and that Tao is everything. Pretty much the entire reality, existence is made of Tao, and being able to manipulate, create that. And they want to use this research to actually create the elixir of immortality that we saw, how this entire search began into. So they're working towards creating that, and they're kind of stealing the Tao from humans to extend their own lives, and they even can die if they overuse too much of their Tao, but they have a big supply right now. Their entire body and ecosystem is based on that. I'm really liking this quite, how deep it goes with the power systems, the connection of the island, the plants, the research, actually searching for immortality here. And we find out this Grandmaster Shufu, the hermit, was Johuko, former emperor here, so the plot thickens a lot more after this one there, and they want to use everybody on the mainland to turn them into an elixir of immortality. And Chobei has to make a choice. Rien proposes to him, either be with us and you're gonna be able to join us, or you're just gonna be a guinea pig basically and die at the end, paraphrasing a bit to that. And Chobei actually has to make the choice. I like how he went about it. He actually took control of the situation there, saying he likes to be on top there. He doesn't like to be a bottom. He wants to use this situation to also master Tao, learn a lot of things and maybe get back to his brother there and adapt and consume. That's basically his mantra. We saw it from season 1, how able he is to adapt to things. And yes, this is a really good way to adapt to things, having sex with a plant, human, monster, or whatever Rian and the Tencent fully are right now. Hey, they're hot. Can I blame him? Not really. I probably would have done. And also let me know in the comments below, what would you have done in that situation with Rian? Be honest, be honest, be honest. No judgment here, just be honest. But after this we have Mei. And Mei actually got me a bit emotional here, after she was also sharing information with the others, kind of the same things that we learned from Rian also. She revealed that if she uses Tao, she turns into a tree. We see a part of her body turning into a tree. Rian was the one that destroyed her ovule tandem, so she has some problems with that, revealing they were the first students of the hermit here, and Rian kind of went overboard with the research, the experiments, even tortured, did many bad things to her and to so many people for this goal there. And what we have here is Hoko, the tree guy, finally letting out all of the bottled up emotions in him. He's willing to sacrifice himself. He has a lot of survival guilt for what happened with him, his family, and how he handled Mei, so to say, because when he was just about to accept his fate to turn into a tree fully, he saw Mei after she ran away from Rian being wounded there, and he kind of saw her as his daughter, like a replacement, or in a way he saw his daughter in her and treated her as such, and he feels he took advantage of her, used her for his own trauma to deal with this, but through all that time they kind of became a family, and there's a big connection between them and love, and him willing to sacrifice himself with that, and Mei being a Tencent, she's able to take the Tao of others and incorporate it into her. And yeah, goodbye father. That was actually a pretty emotional scene for just a random tree guy that we have here, and Mei goes back to being a small kid. I don't know if she's fully healed, if she's gonna be able to fully use Tao from this moment on, or since her tandem and ovule are destroyed, is there a way to fully heal that, get it back together? I'm really curious. We still don't know a lot of things about the Tencent, the research, how that happened, just the beginning, so surface level but big things on there. So I'm liking this quite a lot. We have the groups working together. Like I said, watch the end credit scene, Gante being really sad that Mei, while in her adult form, wasn't able to ride his shoulders. Here also still a bit frustrated, of course in a comedic way, that kind of Gabimaru and Shion took charge of this there. So yeah, I'm liking the group dynamics, I'm liking the characters quite a lot. It seems the plot is advancing really well, everything is going smoothly in the pacing way, but there's gonna be a lot of twists and turns before we get a conclusion to this story. And yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a happy one or a sad one, but I'm liking it a lot more after season 2 here. Also have the last scene being the other Asaemon being there, Shugen also, Jika probably, and the ninja from Iwakagure, they're there, and Mei senses this, saying very, very strong, and we see Shugen. We know from the first episode when he tested that monster that he's able to use Tao to some level. We don't know to how much level, but he's definitely one of the strongest characters, or at least he's being built up to be that. So honestly, awesome episode, and I probably yapped way too much because I was really hooked. We finally had some answers here, but let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this episode, what do you think about the series so far, what are you liking, what aren't you liking, and especially if you've read the source material, what do you think of the adaptation so far, and if you're anime only, are you liking the series? If yes, let me know in the comments below. If not, also tell me why. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Hell's Paradise. I'm gonna see you again in the next one. Bye bye.